Oh, this is a messy craft room. Gym bag, random tennis ball. Yep. Hi. You want to help? I'm gonna have to clean this up. I want to do some sewing today. So wow, this is pretty, actually this is what it typically looks like after a week or so of working and hanging out and doing stuff. So, okay, I cleaned up my sewing room a little bit earlier today and it's looking a lot neater. Took away the big box that was under there that held a lot of my yarn dyeing supplies. Not gonna dye yarn anytime soon. I still have that tennis ball on the floor. I'll take care of that a little bit later. And I then pulled out these mini quilt blocks. These are from 2022, I believe. I have had them for a very long time in a box without a plan. Today I'm going to make a plan to do something with these. These are the Alice in Glass, and I think the other designer was Juicy Juice is I think his Instagram and social media name. But they made these little mini pattern that are foundation paper pieced, and as you can see there was a lot of teeny tiny little pieces, and I don't know, we'll see what pops out. I gave up trying to do this with just my fingers, so I've grabbed a little pair of tweezers. Just helping. I wouldn't say it's the worst part about foundation paper piecing, but it's not super fun. But the blocks do turn out nice and crisp and neat. So I'm gonna be listening to this audiobook while I'm doing it. I have read this entire series previously, and then I had decided to listen to it as my next reread. Hi. How are you? Yeah. I don't know. Pulled out all these blocks and decided to do something with them.
Put them in.
Yeah, and I don't know what I'm gonna make. Probably not. Probably a bag.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you walk over here? Okay, so yes, my sister stops by saying, oh yeah, audiobook. I don't know, I'm almost done with this. I think there's 20 hours left of the last book of the series. I have pre-ordered the next book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I think that comes sometime mid-May. I don't know, but that's what I do while crafting. At least lately, I have been listening to audiobooks. Sometimes I'll watch TV shows, but I'm really not into watching anything lately. Well, I'm going to spend some time pulling this apart. I will bring you back when I'm ready to make something. I put a piece of tape on my sewing machine that tells me what size needle is in it and the date. Any guesses what the date on this one is? October 5th, 2024. So I think I'm going to change the needle and oil this machine. keep my needles in this little zip bag. I had made a little cheat sheet with like what kind of material takes what kind of thread and what size needle. So I'm looking for a size 11 regular needle. Here we go. I also track what projects use which thread on these little cards. So let me add this one. Let's see. Random project 5 to 26. it did not turn out the way I wanted it to, but I like how this turned out. Really like how this turned out. Do not like that I lost the polish on this finger. The next time I make bags that are this size or smaller, do not use this paper, this rice bag paper. It is not easy to turn. It is not easy to stuff into something this small, but that's okay. This is a bag for me, not for anybody else, and I can still use it. And it was something to do on Saturday that kept me busy and used up some of these, some of this fabric and this block. Good morning. Forgive what I look like. It is Sunday morning. I am on my second cup of coffee. I have about maybe an hour or so before I leave to go to the gym, and then afterwards a couple of us are gonna go to lunch, so really looking forward to lifting, which makes me feel good, but also lifting with friends is a lot more fun than lifting by yourself. I woke up because this has been bugging me, so I am going to basically tear it apart. I'm not going to keep this rice bag liner. I don't like it. I don't know, the more I think about it, the more I would just want to fix it. So I'm going to get as far as I can before I leave to go to the gym, and then we'll see what it looks like. So we'll see what my day looks like afterwards. I did reserve a tennis court at the tennis center later this evening for the three of us to go hit balls or play against each other. We'll see. Weather's supposed to be a little bit more cloudy than yesterday, and yesterday I didn't really get outside. I had done, I don't know, 2 workouts that day, and I asked Miles if he wanted to play tennis with me. He said not today, so I said okay, then Sunday. And then I think JJ's gonna go with us too, so the three of us will hit balls for a couple hours the three of us will hit balls for a couple hours this afternoon, and that'll be fun. But I don't know how far I'll get with fixing this, so we'll see. Okay. The other thing I realized as I was putting this together is that I broke a needle while trying to stitch this corner. My straight stitch Juki, it's the TL 2010. I've had that for 11 years. Yeah, 11 years. And I've never had it serviced. And that's just bad. I should have it serviced at least once in a decade, right? So I think I'm going to drop it off to get serviced while I'm out of town this week for work, and hopefully that will fix a couple things with it. Well, maybe not fix a couple things. I know that the automatic needle threader is misaligned, probably because I keep trying to jam things through and break needles, so the whole needle holder contraption is probably misaligned. So I don't know. I like that machine. It's my basic workhorse, straight stitch, mechanical. It's just solid. It is one of 7 sewing machines that I own. One day I will walk you through all of them. I don't want to use that one. I'll use this one. Cut this off. I need to unpick the bottom seam. Last night, I actually got to work on my knitting project and was doing it while watching Game 7 of Boston and Philadelphia. It was pretty exciting since the 76ers came back when they were down 3-1 and won in Game 7. So that was exciting. I am not really talking about how the Nuggets completely fell apart in round 1 of the playoffs and how disappointed not just me, but most of the city has been with the performance. I unsubscribed to the subreddit. I turned off my Google alerts just because I don't really want to be, I don't know. It's sports. It's entertainment. It's sports, it's entertainment. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be upset. So, I mean, last week was a pretty awful week. Not awful. It was a lot of work, and I was tired and grumpy. My sleep hasn't been great. Had to do a lot of peopling at work. And my introverted self was just really just tired. So, a disappointing Nuggets game on Thursday night. I didn't even watch the whole game. I went to my neighborhood book club that evening, so I missed the first quarter. So we were losing, and then we kind of got ahead a little bit. I got home. We were losing. I grabbed some dinner, took a shower, came back upstairs, checked the score, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this. Nope, not gonna do this to myself. I went to bed. I was reading for a little bit, and I think I checked the score, and we had lost. And then I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm not going to watch basketball for the rest of the season. But while I was watching, I did some more work on the Hello Kitty or Sanrio character scarf, and I finished page 2, which is, I think, 3 characters. So I made some decent progress on that. It was nice to get back into knitting again. This is coming along too, or unpicking. Maybe you can see what I'm doing a little bit better here. Yeah. So now I'm going to try to unpick the zipper. So, Neighborhood Book Club, we read Babel by R.F. Kuang. I'm probably not saying that right. Last month, I think I was the only one that finished it. A couple of the women were close, one hadn't even started. No big deal. For our next book, we picked Theo of Golden, which had been on my to-read list. Another woman had a copy on her side table, had it on hold via Libby with my library. I unsuspended the hold, and then later in the day it became available. So I downloaded it to my Kindle, and I will probably start reading it this week. Let's try this again. Oh, fudge. This might have to wait till after I get back from the gym. So I'm not sure how to do this. I can open up an opening down here, sew it back up. I could do that. Let's try it that way. Super typical of me to make mistakes. I mean, how many videos have I uploaded where I've made a mistake? Haha. You hear that? That's the zipper opening. Okay, let me close this back up again. And then I gotta get going to the gym. Maybe not having a plan isn't such a good thing. It's no surprise that my nail polish popped off my finger. Hey! Starting to look like a bag. Let's poke out the corners. Huh. That little seam came undone. I think I'll have to hand stitch that closed, which is okay. Let's sew up this end. Back from the gym, and this bag looks a lot better than it did last night. The inside. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm happy with how this turned out. Much more usable than before.